Okay, this video is me just sharing totally random opinions and recommendations. You know, this is one of those videos if we don't have someone to talk to in our lives and to share with, we all have opinions about things and things, you know, products that we like, or an opinion about something. And if you have no one to share them with, they get all bottled up and you just wish you'd like to share some of your wisdom. So this is my random topic sharing recommendation video. So just some things I want to get off my chest. Okay, totally random. What do I want to talk about? I said before in my personal share video, I am so tired of the name calling from our so-called, in the name of spirituality, all the people on YouTube who are spouting themselves as spiritual people, doing tarot readings or whatever, and using some of the most horrific names for President Trump, Donald Trump. I can't even think of all of them. They're all very funny, but some of them are just downright awful. But none of them are appropriate. They're hurtful to that soul, and they're hurtful to you. I think it's time. It's time to just stop. And I'm kind of getting sick of all of these tarot readers thinking that they know better. I know we're all welcome to have our own opinion, but I'm kind of tired. I think it's the name calling and the insulting of another human being, another soul, that I just cannot stomach anymore from any party. Whatever your perspective is, whatever side you're on, I can't stomach the name calling anymore. And please don't do it and then call yourself a spiritual person. It's inappropriate. As far as Trump goes, you know, as I mentioned in my personal share thing, not just Trump, but just things in general, I have my whole perspective, something has shifted. But I also feel like something in Trump has shifted too. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this in other videos, but before his inauguration, I did a reading and a channeling. And the download that I got was that Trump is a very mature soul, not an old soul, but a mature soul, who willingly and knowingly took on this kingship role, knowing full well the time he was entering in to play this role and the backlash and all of this sort of stuff. I felt that it was a very gallant, is that the right word, or chivalrous move, and a sacrificial role move from this soul. So regardless of whether you like his personality, the role that he's playing, it takes a really strong soul, and he signed up to play this role for us. So give the guy a break, okay? Enough of the name calling. It's just, I can't take it anymore. Okay, I've said my share on that. Now, back to Trump. And by the way, all of us liberals out there, Dems out there, we don't have a whole lot to brag about. The whole system's a piece of shit. And our candidate, if he were on the other side, you'd be having a field day, okay? And you're going to have a field day if he becomes president. Anyway, boy, that's going to be another story. Anyway, no one on either side has any room to talk. It's all shit. Okay, I think I'm done with that. Now, I want to make a comment about this whole UV light disinfectant thing that Trump was talking about. And sorry, this isn't going to all be about Trump, but this whole new perspective I've had, or shift in awareness or something, has opened my eyes, and I see him in a totally different light. No, I haven't switched, there's nothing really has changed, but I just see him more at a soul level rather than some construct I was buying into or something. I don't know. But when he was trying to explain this disinfectant light therapy, I immediately got the hit, oh, someone from alternative or new technological health measures has been in his ear telling him of this new treatment. And he's trying to explain it, but he didn't understand it enough to be able to explain it clearly. And listen, if you don't know by now, UV light kills viruses. I mean, we've known that. And so it's not inconceivable that there would be a light frequency, even a sound, I would say light frequency, that you can use internally as a disinfectant or a virus killer. So give the guy a break, okay? And also, those reporters in the White House, they deserve everything they get from him because they're very disrespectful. You know, it's like I'm seeing it all so clearly now. They have an agenda and their questions are nothing but entrapment. So I'm just sick of it all. Okay, I'm done with that. Now, I have an opinion on, there's a whole lot of guided meditation. This has been going on for years about guided meditations and, visualize, group guided meditations, like, oh, let's do worldwide meditation and here's a little guide and visualize this, how we want the world to be. And they're just really, that is ego arrogance. What the world really needs, if you really want to meditate in order to help this planet, then just get out of the way and be silent and just simply open yourself up. Because all of these guided meditations, you're visualizing the way you want to see the new reality, the new earth, the new changes. That is ego trying to tell the universe how you want it to be, when the universe knows full well what to do. We can't impede in the helpers, right? But we do so when we use the mind and we do guided meditation. It's not really helpful at all. If you really want to help, then open yourself up into silence and just give the universe an open channel to deliver what it needs to in your area, unimpeded by your opinions and your viewpoints. Okay, what else? What else do I want to say? Oh man, have you noticed, like, the last couple of weeks, the dreams have been crazy? I've been starting to dream again. I haven't dreamt in a long time. And the dreams have been crazy. Have you been having a lot of dreams? I was surprised that somebody on the Today Show even mentioned, I don't know who he was talking to, but he was mentioning about all the crazy dreams he was having. And I really think, all these dreams are coming to surface because, people are kind of in fear mode and uncertain mode, but a whole lot of different timelines are shifting and maybe we're integrating a lot of stuff. It's fabulous, but it's been kind of freaky. Wow. Dreams. And I had this one dream, so real, those real ones, where I was talking to Richard Rudd. Anyway, it was so bizarre, but it was so real. It still kind of is with me. And then I had one dream where it felt like I was watching myself in a parallel life, kind of as my same personality. And I was having this conversation and I made a joke about my life. And I still laughed about it to this day. Anyway, I think we're, based on the choices that we're making during this time, integrating parts of ourselves and kind of shifting timelines. So dreams have been crazy. What else do I want to say? I have some recommendations for some products. My cat. He got in. He's hungry. There's food back there once again. Oh yeah, so some product recommendations. If you're looking for enlightenment in a bag, let me recommend BoKu Superfoods. BoKu Superfoods, in my opinion, although I have not tried every superfood on the planet, I've tried quite a few, and this product, this company is the best. I swear to goodness. I drink this first thing in the morning. I just do it in water. I don't make a smoothie. This superfood makes you, it's like enlightenment in a bag. You have an uplift of energy all day long. You don't even, you're like, I don't know where this is coming from. It's fabulous, fabulous. So pure, so innocent, so clear. And all of their products are beautiful because they have the spiritual understanding behind all of it. All of their products are great. The super shrooms are awesome too. So I highly recommend BoKu Superfoods. BoKu. What else? Oh, if you like a mocha coffee and you don't want to use chocolate, then I highly recommend a product called Chocti, Chocti, and it's made with clarified butter. It's clarified butter and dates. And it is a fabulous, delicious tasting substitute to have a mocha coffee. And you blend it in, you put it in a blender with coffee, but just a little bit in the blender. You just put a little bit of hot coffee and the Chocti in there, like a tablespoon or less, because if you get too much, it's clarified butter and dates, and you're like, oh, it just tastes like dates. So lower the product down. A little goes a long way. Blend it up and then add the rest of your coffee, and it just is frothy and delicious and mocha-y without the chocolate. It's a delicious alternative. I'd also like to recommend, I know this is a very silly video, just bear with me so I can get all this off my chest. I just recently ordered Allbirds. I love Allbirds shoes. They're very comfortable and they're fun to wear. But they just came out with a running shoe, Allbirds running shoe, and Allbirds is all, no carbon footprint. They're wool and made out of all eco type materials. And this is their new running shoe. Now I'm not a serious runner. I'm a very casual, let's call it jogger. And these are, I wouldn't say they're the best for a serious runner. They are a little heavy, although they say that they're light. To me, they feel kind of heavy, but my God, are they comfortable. If you just want a comfortable shoe, because this is all mesh right here, and it's all very stretchy. And the toe box is great. And if you have a high arch, I have a very high arch, and so running shoes or any kind of shoe with a lace is very uncomfortable for me. But the fact that it's very stretchy and open, plenty of room, doesn't put any pressure on, the veins on the top of my foot from having such a high arch. These shoes are mega comfortable for walking, light running. They're awesome, awesome, awesome shoes. And I have such terrible time with finding comfortable shoes just for walking and doing normal stuff. Highly recommend them, but maybe not for the serious runner. For the casual runner, I highly recommend Allbirds or Everyday. Okay. If you suffer from depression, I don't know if you've heard, but get off the prescription pills and try magnesium. Do your own research, but for me, magnesium works wonders. Alleviates depression immediately. You have to do your own research. And due to the pandemic, have you heard D3 is great for immunity? Do it. It totally works. I started taking it about a month or so ago. I don't know why I never had done it before. I guess I thought I was getting enough sun, being out in the sunshine all the day, all the time. But I started taking D3, but D3 with and calcium, you have to kind of add things with it. Do your own research. Totally works. Has improved my immunity. Okay, what else do I want to recommend? I know this is a ridiculous video, but it's going to help me sleep at night. Oh yeah, so this is another thing. This is, maybe I should have made another video on this, but working with, you know, I talk a lot, everybody talks a lot about breathing in and working in the belly area and how important this is for embodiment and, you know, clearing out all of these deep, dark fears and grounding. But specifically, there's a point in the belly called it's called the Dantien energy point. There's 3 of those energy points, or 4, I can't remember. But the one in the belly, I started working with that. Wow, wow, wow. It's a little bit behind the navel and down a bit. But here's what I realized. You know, you've got to get into your belly. And you can imagine like a little white light. If you're feeling your awareness is here, use a white light going all the way down to the belly and kind of just rest your awareness in the belly area, you know, trying to focus on the navel. And you don't need to go looking for the point, because it's like a mysterious point in your belly. That point will find you. Just kind of focus on your navel, and you'll immediately, this is how I experienced it, it's like a portal or a whirlpool, and it draws you in, your awareness, and it's like it's a motor. It's like it's an energy center and a motor. And to me, boy, when you tune into that, it's your aurora borealis, it's your energy. You could live off of that energy. You don't need even to eat if you were in there doing that. I don't know how to explain it, because this is all new to me, but this is what I experienced. But your awareness will be drawn in. It's called the seat of the soul, or the physical body, the Dantien. And Richard Rudd talks about this as well. And he talks about that focusing in there, you can have like past life experiences and all that sort of stuff. Well, I'm here to tell you it's totally true. So that whirlpool will kind of pull you in your body. You'll feel like this little motor, get some tingling going, and even your body might start swaying. And if you want to, I read briefly somewhere on is it Qigong site, about you can save that energy by doing a bone washing. Now, I did not investigate what this meant, but I just took it as using that energy, and you can store it in your bones. I don't know the technique. It's probably not really good that I'm sharing this information if I don't know what I'm talking about. But I intuitively took that energy and kind of washed my bones with it. The energy levels are insane, and you can kind of feel it being stored in there. But this past life thing was crazy. I had a crazy experience. So that point drew me in, and then all of a sudden, I became different things. Now, I don't know if they're past lives. It felt like it. Yeah, I was just sitting there in meditation, then all of a sudden, I felt like I became another being. And the first being that I don't remember the first being, but I saw very fleeting images, but the feelings were so intense. The first image I got was, I knew right away, I was an Orion. I was part of the Orion Wars, and I was on a different planet, and I was looking out on the scene of all of the, like, I want to say fighter pilots fighter jets, but they weren't jets, they were some other craft. And I could feel my beingness looking out over there, that I was this Orion war person involved in a war on another planet or something. It was interesting. And then just as suddenly as that arrived, I moved into another body, and I could feel the body, and immediately thought, Buddha? Because I felt this very Asian Chinese thing, and I felt the belly like a Buddha. And I felt like I was sitting cross-legged. It was hilarious. And then my mind came in. I thought, no, it's not Buddha. Must be a sumo wrestler, because I totally felt this body sitting cross-legged, and I could feel the environment around me. And just as quickly as that arrived, I transferred into another body. And and then I felt myself to be like this, kind of like, I don't know if it was a Turkish or Pakistani royalty prince guy who was in this tent, like the genie, like with the hats and all the fluffy material. I can't find my words to describe this, but like a sheik, am I using the right words? A Turkish prince, where I was sitting there, like with the hookah, is that the right word? And all the pillows in this tent in the desert. And I could feel the royalty and the attitude and the, I don't know, it was so weird, but like I could feel the body. And then as quickly as that showed up, I turned into, this was the craziest, I turned into a stag. Is that a male deer? A stag? This massive, and at first I could see that it was it almost looked evil or angry. It was a very angry stag. And my whole body, I stayed in this for the longest time, and I could feel the antlers, and I could feel the breathing, the snorting, and I can still hear the clicking of don't have my words. What are these things? The paws, the feet. And I could feel the attitude of this stag. It was angry. It was trying to do good, but its anger was getting in its way. And this is very symbolic or metaphorical for me personally, but it's so weird. I started drifting off to sleep, and even as I was sleeping and drifting off to sleep, it was as if I was still that stag. I could feel the legs and my rump and the breathing. It was crazy. Here's the craziest part. In the Gene Keys, in my sphere of culture, which is how I fit into society, the gift, the animal associated with the gift frequency is none other but the stag. And it has to do with nobility or chivalry or courage in action. And I believe that it's the gene key, the 21st gene key. And it kind of talks about that this gift takes action, courage to take action, even if it kind of breaks the rules, kind of in an angry, not an angry kind of way, that's not the right word, but that has been me the whole time. But I have been doing it from an angry perspective, like taking action to right a wrong. I've always been very nobly courageous about that. So I could see where that angry stag was coming from. Anyway, the whole point of that rambling and sharing of that experience is that point, if you can allow it to draw you into that whirlpool and you can stick with it, it's a fantastic voyage. And who knows, you may be, zipped off into all these different lifetimes. So Richard Rudd was correct. It's a very good point. Okay, I think that's all I have to share. Let me see, do I have any other opinions? I don't think so. I think I'm done for now. All right, thanks for listening. Bye.